Good morning, we're back with Artemis. You're going to have to put up with me being a bit throaty. Just got over a bug. So we're back with this silly moon landing charade that's been pushed big time on our screens recently. Of course, the desperation now is off the charts. And all it's doing is actually helping people see through this silly charade. Shouldn't be difficult. But believe it or not, there's still some foolish enough that believe, and some even more foolishly defend this silliness. And I call it silliness because it is so silly and so obvious. And anyone who's foolish enough to believe it or defend it, I can't take seriously. No offense. You can live in your delusional fantasy world by all means, but don't expect me to entertain your silliness. So bear with me. Of course, even before we look at this, we know it's fake because they present the Earth as a globe, which of course is scientifically impossible, tested and verified by all. No amount of words is ever going to change the fact that globe is scientifically impossible. Any noise is just delusional unless it's got a demonstration. Again, why just ignore these people that say silly things but provide no scientific demonstrations? So like I say, we know that this is tosh before we've even begun. But then when we entertain it, and I'm going to let matey boy here do the talking, save my voice. But again, he's going to highlight some of the usual problems that have come from NASA historically. As they show you, it's nonsense. So take it away, mate. Link in the description to the original video here.
An image supposedly from NASA on Artemis going to the moon. And you can see that the direction of the sun and the shadows are a little bit off. They're not quite exactly where they should be compared to where it is on the Earth. On the Earth, it's straight up. But here it's at a slight angle. There shouldn't be no shadow right there. It's a little bit off. It's pretty close, but that's not the real problem with this image. The real problem is that it's fake. If we go into the layers and adjust the exposure, you're going to see that these images were pasted onto a black background. That is the way an image looks when it's fake. We'll be looking at some other images that are real, and you'll see what happens when they're overexposed. This is not what happens. Those are pasted in. It's fake. Nighttime photo, you got black sky, you got, this glare from these lights on the camera lens. So let's see what happens when you overexpose something like this that's real. Well, what happens when we overexpose this? That's what happens, my friends. That's a real image. It's not fake. When you overexpose it, that's what happens. See what it does when you overexpose it. You see what happens to a real image? If we go into the layers and adjust the exposure, you're going to see that these images were pasted onto a black background. That is the way an image looks when it's fake.
Thank you, my good man. As our friend has shown here, yet again, NASA have been caught at pasting their fantasy worlds onto black backgrounds, just like Rob Skiba highlighted many years ago. And no doubt as a result of Rob Skiba highlighting, things got changed. I suspect this will have to get changed to hide the fact they've been caught out yet again. And in case the penny still hasn't dropped for you, I'll let moon landing legend Buzz Aldrin spell it out for you.
We'll go to the gentleman waving his hand afterwards.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest? It didn't happen. It could have been scary.
It would have been terrifying. But of course, as Buzz said, and I said it quite a few times now, it didn't happen. We know, Buzz. Trust me, we know.